Hi everybody and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. This post is from the subreddit Bridezillas and it's by user Anxious Negotiation. Time to drop out of wedding party? Me, 31 female, and bride, 28 female, have been friends for about 20 years. We met in elementary school and have always maintained a good friendship. In our younger years, we had normal spats that young girls do, but overall, it was fine. In college, we kind of grew apart as we went to separate universities, but we still would talk every once in a while. We had our arguments about communication and response times, but nothing too crazy. Then she got engaged. The bridesmaids were picked, and I don't really know any of them, which is fine. I've been a bridesmaid in 8 weddings and normally don't know many of the girls. I'm adaptable. I am Maid of Honor. This is important for later. It first started with the dress shopping. When she asked us all for potential dates we could go, it ended up working out that everyone but me could go one weekend, so she picked that one. After, I was like, oh, I understand, no worries, you'll be beautiful and have a blast. She kept harping on how she wishes I could be there and was just sick to her stomach that I couldn't be there and I was just the most important person to her to be there. Which was confusing to me because you specifically picked the one time I couldn't go. So obviously, I'm not the most important person, which is fine. I didn't expect to be, but why are you giving me this fanfare? Next came the bachelorette trip. We ended up going to Nashville and I was really excited. The bride picked themes. For each night, we'd dress up. I was sending all my outfit ideas in the group chat we had going on and no one ever really responded, but I just assumed it was because we were adults and had busy lives. Wrong. We start to dress up for the first night in our silly theme and none of the other girls did it and looked at me like I was dumb for doing it even though I sent them my outfit so they knew what I was wearing. I was like, was there a group message without me? Anyway, I'm having a good time. Then, as we're doing stuff, the group of girls were more introverted and the bride kept complaining to me that she wanted to do more fun stuff. Dancing, karaoke, etc., etc., and asked if I would kind of lead the charge on that. So I would, and I would be like, oh, come on guys, let's sign up for karaoke here. And they would then all whisper amongst themselves, and the bride would say, actually, we all decided we don't want to do that. So is that okay with you? I just want to make sure you're not upset we're not doing that. Then I would be like, wait, what? You're asking me to do this. And she would be like, nope, I don't want to. And then that night it would repeat. She would ask me to do all this stuff like get people to dance. I would try and she would throw it in my face again, acting like I was throwing off the group for trying this stuff. I'm all for people changing their minds, but instead she would give off the impression that I had made all this up on my own and was forcing her to do things she didn't want to do. This continued the whole trip. I cried in my room literally every night, but I was determined to make this fun, so I continued on. Then, long story short, I overheard the bride crap talking me to all of the other girls the last night of the trip. She knows I caught her and just laughs and moves on. I even then pretended to keep having fun because while I wanted to blow up, I wasn't going to be the crazy girl who ruined her bachelorette trip. So, we fly home together and the bride says nothing to me the whole travel day, just ignores that 8 hours before I caught her saying awful things about me and she bullied and gaslit me the whole entire trip. I was feeling very hurt. She then invited me to her dress try-on and I told her I couldn't make it. After that, she sends me a long message about how I must be upset about something even though she has no idea, blah blah, what it could possibly be. The trip was so fun, but obviously I took something the wrong way. I told her no, not to worry about it, everything was fine. Since then, we've seen each other and texted and everything is normal. Then she requested I step down from Maid of Honor. I told her that was fine, it's her wedding and she can do absolutely whatever she wants. I am just here to make sure it's her perfect day. Now, the straw that broke the camel's back. Finally, right? She has a second bachelorette this weekend with all the same girls down in her hometown, where we are both from, and didn't invite me. I found out from her friends, same girls from Nashville, posting pictures on Facebook. So I guess I am 1, seeking advice asking if I'm crazy, 2, how do I end this friendship and get out of this wedding? It is in 7 days and I don't want to be a part of it and don't think she wants me to be a part of it either. OP, no, I don't think you're crazy. She definitely didn't forget to include you. She excluded you. She's been gaslighting you for months. Like, come on, that whole dress thing where she was picking the one date that you couldn't be there and at the same time telling you that you're the most important person. I want you to be there, but I didn't choose that date. Then she does this whole thing where she asks you to do something for her, but then she throws you under the bus because, I don't know, what kind of stupid thing goes through her mind? This person is not your friend, OP. And honestly, I don't think you owe her anything. So if I was in your shoes, I'd just send her a message saying something like, hey, I've realized that we're not really friends anymore, and I think you should only have friends in your wedding party. So I'm out. All the best in the future. Bye. And that's it. I don't think you need to mourn a friendship because there is no friendship. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section, and now let's check out the community comments. Sunny Suburbia says, you send her a text saying, I'm dropping out of the wedding. I don't like how I've been treated by you and your friends. Please do not contact me. You don't go to the wedding and you don't send a gift. Juquel J36 says, just say, hey, I can take a hint. I'm out. I'm not coming to the wedding. I hope you have a nice day and I'm sure your friends will make a great bridal party. Then don't allow her to continue the conversation. Sabinoshku says, she had another bachelorette party and didn't even invite you after gaslighting and scapegoating you in Nashville? I'm so sorry. This person is not your friend. She doesn't care for you. Doubt that she even likes you. Definitely don't go. Absolutely. Do not send a gift or card. Delete the group chat. To be honest, I would be inclined to block her from all comms and social media. Whether you want to send an yeah, I'm out message before you do is your comfort level, but I would have no problem ghosting her entirely. And OP responds, you're right, she's not. And honestly, your comment about her not even liking me is so unfortunately true. Thank you. Hydrangea Floozy says, before you contact her, protect yourself financially. Cancel your hotel reservation, hair and makeup appointments. Return or sell the dress, shoes, gift unless you want to keep and repurpose them. If your credit card was used for anything that was on file for the deposit, put a hold on your card and request new ones saying you can't find yours and it may have been stolen. Any attempts to accidentally use your card for the wedding stuff by them will be blocked. Text whatever feels right to bow out gracefully, then block and delete everyone involved. There's no point to talk to her. She likes you being her emotional yo-yo and she's only going to play with you more and distort anything you convey. And OP responds, thank you, that is good advice. I think that's something I'm having trouble coming to terms with, that no matter which way or how graceful I attempt this, I'm going to be the villain in her stories. And Wingnut2029 says, yeah, some people might say confront her for closure. You didn't do anything to deserve this treatment. All confronting her will get you is a bunch of gaslighting and darvo, making you appear to be the problem. If she had a legit grievance, she had years to address it. Seriously though, is this the first time you've seen this side of her? Roping the other bridesmaids into this just sounds too cold and calculating for it to be her first time bullying someone. And OP responds, it's not the first time I've seen this side of her, to be honest. I think I just have been so blinded for so long. I was venting to my mom about it and all she pointed out, she's done stuff like this to me since the 4th grade. I genuinely tend to be a very forgiving person, which is both a blessing and a curse. But something snapped in me on the Nashville trip and then it was like obvious alarm bells going off with the second bachelorette party, yelling in my head like, what are you doing, girl? OP's edit. Thank you all so much for your comments. I have decided to send a short and sweet text along the lines of a lot of your recommendations. I am going to wait until the bachelor trip is over to send it because the thought of them all reading it together makes me sick to my stomach. I will update when I get a response, but thank you all again. You've made me feel more confident in that I'm not crazy for being this hurt. The community agrees that OP is not at all crazy, that she just needs to either send a text or ghost the bad friend, and OP has opted to send a text. So let's move on to the update to see how this story ends. Hey there, so I'm going to go ahead and remove myself from the bridal party and I will not be attending the wedding. At this point, you and I both know it is for the best. I truly, truly hope you have the most beautiful day and a happy, beautiful marriage.
OP, what? This is obviously something that we need to talk about. I'm with my in-laws and I know you have your party, so tomorrow?
Debated posting the full screenshot because it feels too personal, but I don't know why I care so much. Anyway, that is what I sent and that was her response. For context, the party was a watch party I invited her to that she couldn't come to because she was doing a college reunion, also known as the second bachelorette trip. I don't know. I won't be responding to her even though it goes against everything I know, lol, I promise. Thank you all again. I got a little overwhelmed by the support and couldn't respond to everyone, but I keep reading all of them and they have meant so much to me. Good for you, OP. No need to respond or keep talking about this at all. You've said your piece and now you get to move on from this crappy non-friendship. So here's wishing you the best, OP. Thanks for sharing and take care. And now let's move on to the next post that also has an update. This post is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole and it's by user MobileMeal1059. Am I the a-hole? My sister is mad that I have no reaction to her talking to my ex-girlfriend. My sister recently told me she has been getting coffee regularly with an ex-girlfriend whom broke up with me way back in 2005. She hid it from me for over 2 months and then when she eventually told me and asked if I was okay with it, I had no visible reaction and asked her what she wanted from me. This ex and I dated from 1999 to 2005, from the ages of 14 to 20. She was cheating on me for the last 2 years and left me for the guy. It was 20 years ago. I'm 40 now. I was heartbroken but dealt with it and moved on. I have a wife I've been married to for 12 years. I'm a dad to 3 kids. Why would I care about someone from 20 years ago? My sister is frustrated because I have no reaction. She wants to know if I'm okay with it or not. They were good friends back but stopped talking when the breakup happened, but she says it's like all that time hasn't passed. I guess she wants my approval? Like I said, I literally don't care. If she wants to talk to her, that's fine, but I won't be interested. It's her life. She can talk to who she wants. Well, OP, it sounds to me like she thinks she should feel guilty about catching up with this old friend who betrayed you, because of course that sucks. It's been 20 years, you're over it, and you don't really care what she does. But I kind of get the impression that your sister wants you to say, it's okay, don't worry about it. So why not just sit down with your sister again and ask her point blank, what do you want? Do you want like my blessing? Do you want me to tell you that you suck? Like, what is it? And then carry the conversation from there. But again, I just think your sister wants you to tell you that it's fine to be friends with your ex. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. And now let's check out the community comments. Big Kitty Stans says, not the a-hole. It was 20 years ago and you've more than moved on. I actually think you're being quite mature and having no reaction would be a normal response to hearing about someone you haven't seen or heard from in 20 years. Maybe your sister feels guilty for talking to her again because of the cheating? And OP responds, I can see why she may feel guilty because she was swifty on my side and felt extremely hurt and betrayed too. But again, it was a very long time ago and I literally don't care who she talks to as it's not like it just happened. She said apparently she was out getting stuff for my nieces when she bumped into my ex by chance. They talked for a bit, ended up exchanging numbers, have been talking most days, doing a lot of catch-up and have been getting coffee at least once a week now. Eda Tuzbin says, not the a-hole. You've maturely moved on and made peace with how your relationship ended. You don't want to get involved either way, and rightfully so. Therefore, it's not for you to give or withhold permission. If she continues to push you for an answer, tell her that you don't care either way, but what your boundaries may be regarding the relationship. For example, you don't care and don't want to hear about it, don't want her brought around your children and wife, etc. Might be best to loop your wife in just so she is aware and not caught out if your sister brings your ex somewhere. Dear Reflection 2874 says, not the a-hole, and your sister is a drama llama. Sounds to me, in my opinion, like she never grew beyond the typical high school mean girl. Continue to not feed into her drama. I can almost guarantee that she'll drop the friendship if she isn't getting the attention she wants from you. Alright, well, the majority of the community agrees that maybe the sister is just looking for OP to be okay with them hanging out. Not that it's on him to decide that, but that's the impression a lot of us are getting. So now, let's move on to the update to see how the story ends. So, I realized I had never given my sister an exact answer, just that I had no visible reaction, just that I asked her what she wanted from me and she was frustrated over it. I ended up calling her not that long ago and we talked about it. I asked why she felt so strongly about wanting to know my feelings about it, and a lot of you suspected she wanted approval, and you were right. I explained in my original post that my sister and ex were quite good friends, and that the friendship ended because I got cheated on and my sister also felt betrayed. The two hadn't spoken in 20 years. When my sister and my ex were friends, they did a lot with me and together. They did a lot together and were almost like best friends. And my sister told me that of course she was pissed and felt betrayed about the cheating, but also sad because she lost her only genuine friend at the time. I know she has really struggled to maintain good friendships, so she said when she happened to bump into my ex by chance and that they picked up where they left off, she leapt at the chance to kickstart their friendship. She said it's like a fog has been lifted from her and that she feels like she has her best friend back. She said she wanted to tell me, but thought I'd be weird about it because at the time, I was so caught up about the breakup. She feels really guilty for being happy about rekindling a friendship with someone who caused me so much pain. After hearing all that, I understand why she wants to maintain the friendship and why she didn't want to tell me. I explicitly told her that I have no reaction to it because, without sounding like an a-hole, I really don't care who she spends her time with. I told her I feel enough time has passed that I can accept my ex is in her life, especially since my sister told me she is still with the man she left me for and they are married and have a family, so they are obviously serious. She also said her daughters, my nieces, are the same age as my ex's kids and that it would be good for the kids to be friends too, which I get as they don't have many. I said I have also moved on and have been married for 12 years and have 3 kids. I basically told my sister if she is looking for my blessing, she has it, but that I won't be involved or really interested in the friendship because it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I also told her she shouldn't feel guilty as it's happened, it's done, and I moved on and recovered from it. Like, if I saw the ex, I would be civil but wouldn't be weird or anything about it because, again, I don't really care. Plus, from the sounds of it, the ex will really only be mingling with my sister, potentially my brother-in-law and their kids, so I may not see her at all. She left the call feeling at least happier, and I'm glad she has her friend back, I suppose. Not an exciting update or anything, but I guess a good outcome. We were just mature and civilized. Well, OP, it wasn't a drama-filled update, but it was a pretty mature update as you said. Good for all of you. Thanks for sharing and take care. And now let's finish this video with a mood booster post. This post is from the subreddit Malicious Compliance and it's by user Alice Wilson. Stick to the script. So I did, word for word. I, 18 female, worked at a call center for about 3 months, mostly helping people reset passwords and answer basic questions. During training, they told us to sound natural and conversational. Cool, I did that and got great feedback from callers. Then we got a new supervisor who flipped if we didn't read the script exactly as written. She said, "If you deviate even slightly, you'll be written up." Okay, next call, a guy says, "Hey, my account's locked, can you help me real quick?" I respond, robot mode, "Hello, thank you for calling. My name is OP and I hope you're having a wonderful day. How may I assist you with your technical concern today?" He paused and said, "Are you serious?" I keep going exactly word for word. Even the weird fake empathy lines like, "I completely understand how frustrating this unique situation must feel." Mid-call, my supervisor walked in and actually stopped to listen. She tilted her head, looked confused, and asked after the call, "Why were you talking like that?" I just said, "You told me to stick to the script." She didn't have a comeback. And funnily enough, the next day, she told our team,
Okay, just make sure you cover the key points. You can be natural again.
well, OP, you did exactly what she asked you to do. She shouldn't be surprised. But it's a good thing that she walked it back. I think she got the point. Thanks for sharing, OP. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. Now, if you've gotten to this point in the video, I assume that you like these stories that I'm reading out. So here are a couple more that you might enjoy. And if you don't have any time to watch another story right now, save it for later. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.